Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. It's only been a couple of days since John Cena broke our hearts, since John Cena turned on everyone and joined forces with The Rock. And then on the March 3rd edition of Monday Night Raw, we saw CM Punk open the show and be angry and be pissed off in his promo towards The Rock, towards John Cena, towards Seth Rollins. And I know many fans, like myself included, feel exactly like CM Punk. Both of those bald frauds, especially for me when it comes to John Cena, someone who I've loved and looked up to for the last 20 years based on the things that he stands for, based on his values, based on hustle, loyalty, respect, never give up, don't quit. Some of those things that I value and cherish in my own life about who I've become as a person. John Cena represented those things for me. And so to see John Cena go nuts, kick someone in the wiener, side with the final boss, and just beat them bloody in the middle of the ring is something that I would never thought I would ever see in the history of my life watching WWE or watching John Cena. So yes, was I shocked? Yes. Was I pissed? Yes. But I absolutely understand how iconic and how historic that moment was for WWE and for John Cena. So yes, I'm intrigued, I'm fascinated, and I'm bought in to see what's going to happen on John Cena's retirement tour. Now, most people did not expect him to turn heel or become a bad guy. So is this retirement tour all just a ploy? All just a farce? Is John Cena actually going to retire at the end of the year? Is 2025 actually his last year? Or did he just play us all? Did he just play us all, and him and the final boss are on this journey to take over, WWE, when John Cena maybe potentially wins his 17th world title at WrestleMania 41? Because again, what's best for business apparently is John Cena winning the title. Now, I originally thought that when he was the guy that I thought he was. Now I don't know. I think Cody Rhodes is best for business because he's the one true babyface that could eliminate and take care of The Rock and John Cena. Now, I don't know who's going to help Cody Rhodes because he's going to need help. I think The Rock and John Cena are going to add a third member. It's definitely not that weirdo Travis Scott. It's not their third member. Someone else is going to join forces with the final boss and with John Cena. Who's going to help Cody Rhodes? Could we see a Stone Cold Steve Austin return potentially to help him fight off the final boss and John Cena? There's a lot of things up in the air. But John Cena specifically sold his soul to The Rock so he could win his 17th world title. Very, very interesting. I'm as pissed off as CM Punk, and everyone knows that a pissed off and an angry CM Punk is the best kind of CM Punk because he opened the show on March 3rd of Raw and came out with that promo, one of his best promos of the year, maybe one of his best promos ever, and went direct to the point. And then we saw Seth Rollins interrupt him in one of the best brawls we've ever seen. There was hair pulling, there was middle fingers, there was getting after it. They were coming back and forth 100 times. Then they found each other in the back. It was amazing, intense, and powerful. That was a great opening segment to Monday Night Raw. Exactly what the people are feeling. We are feeling angry and upset at both of these bald frauds for ruining what we thought was something magical. And yes, again, historic moment, something we'll probably never ever see again in the history of this business. I mean, we saw it with Hulk Hogan and NWO. Now we saw it with John Cena joining the final boss. There may never be such a long-term babyface like that again, where a heel turn is so impactful like what John Cena did to us. And so now what's going to happen as we inch closer, as we're firing on all cylinders towards the road to WrestleMania? But before we get into some of those other things about Seth Rollins and CM Punk and potentially Roman Reigns and Randy Orton and all of these things happening along with John Cena and The Rock, let's quickly talk about a huge moment from Monday Night Raw, which is that Io Sky shocks the world, beats Rhea Ripley, and becomes the new women's champion. This is something I also did not expect to happen. So Triple H just really, really keeping us on our toes with another very shocking moment that comes in the main event of Monday Night Raw on March 3rd. Io Sky wins. That means at this very moment, we'll have Io Sky versus Bianca Belair for that title, along with Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair for her title. So those are the big two women's main event matches. Now, I think potentially you might have Rhea Ripley now, since she's cut this promo after Raw, very emotional backstage, just was sort of doubting her abilities as a professional wrestler. She's not learning the appropriate lessons to move on in her career, and she just has a lot of self-doubt. And so maybe that leads her to go after the Intercontinental title and have a huge feud there with Lyra for the Intercontinental title, which I think would elevate the Intercontinental title and Lyra and help maybe potentially get Rhea's confidence back, as after WrestleMania ends, she maybe goes back after whoever might be the champion. I'm anticipating that Bianca Belair is still going to beat Io Sky at WrestleMania, but you never know. Io Sky could keep it, have a nice long run, but I think they're going to have Bianca win and then move on from there. And of course, Tiffany Stratton has to win 100%, has to beat Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. And so that was an awesome match, an awesome moment. Now let's get into a little bit of what is going to happen, potentially what I see happening for some of these main events of WrestleMania, night 1, night 2, what's going to happen. We know that Seth Rollins versus CM Punk is happening in Madison Square Garden next week on March 10th in a steel cage. This is where Roman Reigns is going to return. Now, I said he was going to return at Elimination Chamber, but it would have been insufficient because there were so many other things that happened at Elimination Chamber. I mean, the John Cena, Cody Rhodes, The Rock segment where obviously John Cena becomes a bad guy and joins forces with The Rock was the most iconic moment, but it did overshadow a little bit another amazing moment, which is also the Jade Cargill coming back, and that is going to shake up the whole women's division. But also, like, the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens match was fucking incredible. Was incredible. It was a master class, a masterpiece in violence and in cinema. And we can't forget how good that match was by it being overshadowed by, yes, the most iconic moment in the history of WWE. Also, Randy Orton returning, looking like an absolute beast and setting up what could be one of the best feuds heading into WrestleMania, which is Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. And so that's amazing. And so that's why Roman Reigns did not return, because it would have been overshadowed by some of this other stuff going on. And now CM Punk, Seth Rollins are heated. I think they do actually hate each other. There's some real beef there that's causing this feud to be even more intense. When they brawled around the arena, they found each other backstage, the promos they cut. This is it. This is what makes you feel like I'm totally invested in what's happening. So that's going to happen inside of a steel cage. There's where Roman Reigns potentially returns, intervenes, sets up that sort of triple threat match for WrestleMania. Now, you could do that triple threat match, and then the winner, because CM Punk still has his favor from Paul Heyman, which could make that triple threat match the winner gets added into the John Cena Cody Rhodes match. So you have triple threat matches back to back, or you could have Punk and Cody Rhodes team up against The Rock and John Cena, night 1 main event, and then night 2, based on whatever happens, sort of like last year, create some sort of stipulation for the one-on-one encounter between John Cena and Cody Rhodes. So there's a lot of options going on there. If that doesn't happen, then I say that the Punk, Rollins, Reigns main events night 1, and then you have Cody and John Cena main events night 2. But there's going to be some sort of stipulations added. There's going to be some things added. CM Punk is going to ask for that favor. Roman Reigns is coming back hot. Who is going to join John Cena and The Rock? Will CM Punk really want to help Cody Rhodes because he hates The Rock and John Cena that much? Because he still wants that title. He still wants to main event WrestleMania. That's his only goal. He's obsessed with main eventing WrestleMania. Obviously, so was John Cena. That's why he sold his soul to win that 17th world title. But there's many things up in the air. CM Punk's future feud with Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns coming back, now his hatred or his potential feud with him, even though they have this thing that they did at War Games where Paul Heyman owes him the favor, but he really wants the main event. He wants that title. He doesn't like CM Punk. CM Punk doesn't like CM Punk. CM Punk doesn't like The Rock, and he doesn't like John Cena. There's so many things moving on going on in CM Punk's head, but all he really cares about is how can I get into the main event of WrestleMania, and that's potentially where that favor comes in. But he's got a lot to deal with before he gets there. So the road to WrestleMania is very challenging for CM Punk. So again, you could see that triple threat match have that stipulation for to be added to the main event, or you could see a tag team match, and then you could see John Cena and Cody Rhodes go one-on-one while you have, Reigns and Punk and Rollins, and you have Orton, and you have Owens, and you have all of these things going on. You have two big women's title matches. You have Gunther and Jey Uso, who are building that intensity, and there's just so many things going on, and the John Cena turning into a bad guy literally shakes up the entire industry and the entire world. I mean, I think at the point of Monday Night Raw, there were like 500 million views of this John Cena, and everyone was talking about it. It's not just big in professional wrestling. It was massive in the sports and entertainment world. And just like everyone else, I'm shocked and upset, and I'm fired up. I haven't really loved CM Punk that much, but right now I'm really starting to fall in love with what he's doing and buy into what he's doing, because an angry and pissed off CM Punk, as we've learned, is the best CM Punk, and he's coming for everything. And yeah, it was great. Awesome. Let me know what you think in the comments below about what you saw at Elimination Chamber, what you saw on the March 3rd edition of Monday Night Raw, what you think going forward for WrestleMania. We're definitely on the road to WrestleMania. We're feeling hot. We're feeling good. Let me know what you think, your thoughts, your comments, your predictions, your futures, everything. And then make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this channel with every single professional wrestling fan on the planet as we build it together. And I will see you guys next time. Lots of love. Cheers.